All right.
Should we just do this?
I guess so, yeah. So we are, it's brought to you by Rise. Ooh, I should check my Rise because I've been sleeping kind of. I went to sleep before 10 the other night.
I had an awful sleep night last night.
What happened?
Crashed pretty hard. Just couldn't sleep. I don't know if it's the monster kicking in. I was just like awake. No, I think it was I started drifting on the couch a little bit, and then I like firm woke up, and then I was just awake again.
Man, I only got 6 hours last night, so that did me in. Night before that, I got 8 hours and 15 minutes. Night before that, I got 9 hours and 36 because I was doing bad. I was doing bad because I had 5 hours 30 on Saturday because I worked all day. I had to wake up early to work Sunday. So yeah, my sleep debt is getting better. I crushed a bunch off. Hell yeah. Let's see. My sleep debt is up 6 hours and 6.9. 7 hours. It was real bad at one point. So Rise is a tool that shows you your sleep data and makes it actionable to help maximize your day. They've been sponsoring us for a little bit. We've been using it. I like it a lot. It is actually helping me like think about this and understand, I should probably sleep in. I can do a little 7-hour day or whatever it is. And the whole point is that you can become a morning person. You can figure out when you're groggy, when you're awake, and you can kind of change that and get into a better rhythm. So that's what it is. They say it's not normal to feel tired throughout the day. That's an indication that you're carrying sleep debt and limiting your natural energy peaks and making your dips less productive. So Rise works by pulling data from your phone, apps, wearables to tell you your sleep need, track your sleep debt, and determine the best time for you to go to sleep. It's good shit. Rise helps you realize your potential with real results, real productivity, and real performance, real well-being. 80% of Rise users feel the benefits within 5 days. Give it a try and see what it can do for you. Go to risescience.com/Jomboy and download the Rise app today to try it for free. If you've already downloaded it, because you've heard us talking about it and you're using it and you have a day where you knock off some sleep debt, tweet us the picture. I will celebrate for you. I will clap for you. I will be excited. So that's risescience.com/Jomboy to try the Rise app free for 7 days. We're not drafting something today. What we're doing is putting the presidents into a batting order and lineup. We're making a lineup out of the presidents. We did this with the planets. Now, I forget how we delivered it. Did we just...
I think we went position by position and announced like who we had.
Okay. So do you guys think there will be any crossover here?
I do. I think, I think the big president names are big president names. And I think it's going to be accidental.
Okay.
But I think we'll run into 2 or 3... I don't know. I doubt we get one consensus.
Like all 3. I think we'll probably
have
at least 2 that we all use.
Each have a couple overlaps. If the over-under was 0.5 for one consensus, I would take the under, but I know it could be a loser.
Okay.
But
I think I'm going to match up somewhere. I feel like there's one. I'd be kind of surprised if one of you also doesn't have him playing a position that I have.
If I had like one chip to place, like if I got a free chip at a casino and it was like you have to bet on this, I would have my one bet chip for our one guy. And if it's not that, I would be shocked.
Okay. I'm trying to... I have some staff placed as well. So
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We didn't discuss the staff placement.
I didn't formally come up with them, but I have some ideas.
Yeah. I just have 2 staff members.
Okay, that's fine.
I have not a member of the team staff. I have a league official.
Wow.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go first. You want to go around the horn?
I think so. Mound or catcher, I would say.
We can go to catcher.
Okay.
I have Ulysses S Grant as my catcher and my 9-hole hitter. Battlefield general. Ran the Army. Took over. Also, I kind of have him as like an aging vet because he was a drunk before he became a general in the Civil War. He was just kind of were laying around. I kind of have him as John C. Reilly and For the Love of the Game, but like hell of a general. Runs the field. You're there, you're there, you're there. So I have Ulysses S. Grant catching.
I have him as an aging vet at another position. I have FDR behind the dish.
That seems messed up. Is that part of your thought process that future catchers are just going to sit on stools?
No, I just like him behind the dish. I think he can handle it.
What if there's a pass ball, wild pitch?
He never has pass balls.
Blocks everything?
Yeah.
Legs are there. They're in the way, you know.
Well, you'd be sitting on a chair.
The chair gets you. They're dangling. I behind the plate, similar thinking to the Grant pick, but I did put George Washington there, which surprised myself. I thought I was going to have him in the field.
Yep. If we have the people, are we sharing them now or no? We'll just keep going position by position?
Yeah, I think we'll save the reveal for position.
First base, I have George W. Bush. I believe he played first base.
Damn. I thought that was one where we might have it all the same.
I have George H.W. Bush.
Ooh, same family.
Because I looked it up, he played first base at Yale.
I have Lincoln.
I figured it was a good play. It's not a bad spot to have a guy with experience.
Can
go clean up anyone's errant throws.
I saw a couple Lincolns at first in the chat, so I was hoping that you guys were on that as well. Tall, skinny, has the reach, great orator and talker, chat up everyone that comes his way. He was my second lock.
He was a coin flip position. I went with the other position that was the option for him.
Oh, sounds like we agree.
Okay. Excited to see that.
For that.
Yeah, really not athletic Lincoln, so you put him at
You're all over it.
Yeah, first. Yeah.
You're all over it. Second base.
This was my first lock, almost the biggest lock I have of the whole thing. It's Teddy Roosevelt. He is your hard-nosed grinder at second, kind of a butcher of a defenseman, but gets the job done. He's going to bat second. He's going to be your Adam Eaton offensively. He's going to be, Dana Ugla defensively. He's just a short, stocky, fiery pisser of a second baseman. That was, when we said president's batting order, that was my...
jump there.
Yep.
Abe's?
At second, I had James Madison.
J-Mad.
Because the first person I told we were doing this said to me, James Madison seems speedy and he's short. So second base felt like a fit.
Analytics. That's where I had Ulysses S. Grant. I have him as the tough-nosed second baseman, leader of the team.
Madison's 5'4".
If you're coming up, if there's a double play and you're coming in on Ulysses, you're gonna find out about it afterwards.
He's just too smart for seconds, my thinking. Teddy is he's just a fucking go-getter.
Yeah.
Took a bullet in a speech and kept talking, where Grant, I think, doesn't have any physical abilities, really, but he's just the mind of the team.
Old man Grant used to play short, and now he's moved over to second in his later years for me.
I have such a similar storyline for Grant in my lineup.
Oh.
And we'll get there soon.
Okay. At the shortstop, I do have Barrio, Barack Obama.
Oh, I do not.
Covering ground.
I don't. Left-handed.
Yeah.
So I couldn't put him there.
Yeah.
Covers ground, makes plays.
No, that's John F. Kennedy. That's your hot boy shortstop. I mean, that was also the third lock. All right, who's getting the most chicks after the game? Who's the prettiest on the field? Who's your marketability? It's JFK at shortstop. He doesn't hit. He's down in seventh in the order for me.
Yeah.
But he is your pretty boy shortstop.
He got sent down for my team.
Wow.
It's kind of a Tyler Wade thing. So, you're on it, but...
Well, you had him at short as well?
I had him at short as well.
We got a match.
Where'd you have him hitting?
I do have him still high in the order at second. But it was I could have arranged it any sort of way. He could end up at the bottom. Depends on some matchup stuff. Because I've got some guys who I've got pegged as having good sticks. But
yeah, okay. I like it. I'm not mad at it.
Corner.
Yeah, George W. Bush. I mean, that's your Southern boy who not a lot of range but can pick it. I have him as a Austin Young Thick, Chase Headley type, where he's chatting up the umpire a lot, thinking it gets him some advantages, being a little politician there. But he thinks he's a shortstop. He's not. He's almost like a Roger Dorn type at third. Like he'll make the plays. He's also my 5-hole hitter.
So this is where I had Teddy Roosevelt for some of the reasons you said, like when he took the bullet, like hot corner. Like you got to be ready for that. A lot of the stuff you said about second base, I just have him as a third baseman. Teddy Roosevelt, you trust him over there. And I have him batting cleanup. So I put a lot of a power hitting third baseman in Teddy.
This is where I put Grant. I had him similarly used to play shortstop. He slid to third in his later career. All things we've already kind of said about him.
So we all had Ulysses in the infield. How about it?
Yeah. General.
Okay. That's the infield. The outfield. Interested for this outfield and DH and the starting pitcher. We'll go to left field. I put Bill Clinton out there. I think sometimes the left fielders, especially in modern baseball, can be kind of space cadet-y. Like, I think Bill shows, like, a lot of talent, and you kind of think there's more in there. But he does left field. He has big games, and you're like, yeah. And then he has some bad games that you're like, come on, Bill. A little more.
I tried to picture Clinton on the field, and I laughed. Just picture him with a saxophone in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, he's chatting with the girls. Like, he's chatting. He's the guy that's stealing the girlfriends in the audience because he can't play, but he can talk and he can play some music. Like, I tried hard. Where can Clinton play? And I was like, he's not on the field. He's not a ball player.
I've got both my corner outfield guys. They could have gone in either corner. I put LBJ out here. I have him more as a bat, and we kind of just needed to put him somewhere. Behind the curtain, I had him at first base for that reason and big target. But when I found out H-Dub played first in college, I was like, oh, well, now I know that, so I'm kind of locked in.
I kind of wanted a pissant in left field, light switch guy. So I have Eisenhower. I have another war vet, another guy who's going to get fiery. I think of Brett Gardner at left fielders.
Copied and pasted Brett Gardner.
I like that Hardo corner outfielder that we always talk about. So I wanted a guy with edge. So I have got Ike in playing left.
Ike. Crowd loves Ike.
Yeah.
That's not a bad pick.
LBG's dick might be too big to play baseball.
If I had to take one of your guys so far, I think I like the Ike argument. Center field, I went pure name. There was one guy when I was reading the presidents that was like, holy smokes, that's a center fielder's name. Rutherford B Hayes. I mean, that's a center fielder. Like, that's the only option.
Yeah, I thought this would be a consensus Obama in center field, lefty,
that's
speedster, and he's the lefty leadoff guy playing center. So a lot of the chat with him there, too.
That's exactly where I have him.
Yeah.
I have him as the second leadoff guy. I had him hitting 9. Like, he's the guy that sparks the lineup again.
You can do that, but he was
the second spark for me.
He's a center fielder, tracking everything down.
Makes plays.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
No power, but bat to ball skills and speed.
It sparks the offense.
Yeah. Lefty, so he's closer to the first. Yeah.
He can go make a play for you.
Yep. So we had 2 of the same then.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's not bad.
I like that. Right field?
This is where I put Teddy Roosevelt. He's got him as kind of just like a strong boy out there, so he can make the throws if you need him to. He's a man's man. Big stick diplomacy is something that came to my head, so I know he can hit.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
I have Andrew Jackson in right field. I just needed him on the team. He's got too much machismo to not be on the team.
I've got him as the angry manager.
Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, so I have Jackson. He's also my 3-hole hitter. He's kind of like a Hunter Pence. You're like, that guy? Ooh. And then you're like,
is he really good? And
then you're like, well, he is good. But then you hear about him, like his makeup, his personality, and you're like, oh my God, that guy's crazy.
Yeah, in the managerial role, he's kind of like a common enemy for all the guys, so doing some TLR stuff.
I don't think the team likes him. Yeah.
Ooh,
yes. Yes, I think they put up with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like he can play along, but
Challenge
he is
him
an
to
asshole.
duels nonstop.
Had Thomas Jefferson in right. Absolute cannon.
Wow.
Absolute cannon attached to his arm. It's impressive. It's something you show up to the ballpark and you're hoping to see that day.
Love to see.
Like you want to
TJ
see a
unleash.
ball to the corner that day because TJ is going to let one rip.
If I had to place Thomas Jefferson, I would have him as commissioner of the league
Okay.
and just constantly trying to expand it. We need more teams. We need more cities.
Always issuing statements.
Yes, tons of statements. And they're like, dude, stop.
Thoreau.
Things are okay.
Thoreau.
Does that leave DH?
DH and starting pitcher. DH was a late ad. This one I went pure name again. I went Woodrow Wilson. I just think that's a really good DH name. Like that's a guy when you hear his name, when you hear Woodrow Wilson at DH, you're like, oh, that guy can't play a lick of field, but he can hit a little bit. He's my 5-hole hitter.
Similar thought for Wilson, but I have somewhere else.
Okay.
I went strictly on look. Like a DH, when they step into the batter's box, you want to be a little feared. Like, oh,
Right.
wow, this dude might hit 3 home runs in one swing. So I went Martin Van Buren, and there's a picture of Van Buren if you've never seen him.
I know MVB.
And he's just a scary motherfucker.
yeah.
Like he walks, imagine him as the president. Like he walks into a room with that hair and those mutton chops, and you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this guy's gonna win.
It's a power look.
Whatever he wants. So
You worried about him being 5'6"?
no, because it adds to it.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Billy Butler situation.
Okay.
They're just like, this guy? It's like an Alejandro Kirk type thing.
Okay.
You're like, this guy made it to the league? What is he doing?
Why is he DHing? Okay.
Yes. It's intimidation more than it is result based.
Okay.
Yeah.
My DH, this is where I had Bill Clinton. He's one
Okay.
of I don't know if history remembers him as one of the bigger presidents just by mass, but he was. Is I think 6'3", 240-ish. He's kind of a beefcake, and I don't have him coordinated enough to play the field, but he just when bat meets ball, it goes.
Okay. I like that.
Just a blind power type swing.
Yeah,
I
some
like
Fran
that.
Mill stuff.
Woodrow Wilson's my starting pitcher.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Calvin Coolidge is my closer.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, we went
Added
bullpen.
a closer.
Calvin Coolidge, I mean, that dude's coming out of the pen.
Calvin Coolidge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the alliteration there. That makes sense. BBD, I'm assuming you have Abe Lincoln on the
I do
mound?
have Abe
Yes,
Lincoln on the
that was
mound.
the-
Lefty length,
honest.
good reach.
He gives you an honest start. Like he has days where he's on, but he's going to fight. It's Andy Pettit. When he has his bad days, you're still going to get 5 innings, 4 runs, and give the team a chance.
It's Montgomery. It's Jordan Montgomery.
Some people
Discussion as
compare
old
the
as
two.
time. Discussion as old as time.
You
You said you had a couple coaches.
Yeah, I have Washington as the manager.
Okay.
I mean, he's the America's first general. That's not really. That is kind of true. He is a mind. You'd be wasting his efforts, taking his head and making him focus on his abilities.
Yeah.
He is a mind. And I have Nixon running the analytics department.
Nixon runs analytics. Ooh.
Yeah, the only other staff I have Woodrow
He's
Wilson.
got mics. He's got cameras everywhere.
Mm.
The only other staff member I had kind of penciled in was I did have Woodrow Wilson as commissioner.
Okay. Because he loved baseball and was commissioner. Well, he was friends with commissioner. No, yeah. Woodrow Wilson was big baseball.
I believe so.
Baseball.
There's something about him in MLB. I forget.
It's also, I think there's a Manfred comp.
Ooh.
He went to every opening day or World Series and never always paid because he was just a big. And there's the famous video of him throwing out the first pitch, but from the front row.
Yeah.
He didn't go to the mound to throw out the first pitch.
It's a power play.
Yeah.
It's a total power play.
Did you guys like your team? Going through it, talking through it, I love my team. I'm pretty happy with
Yeah,
my
I
squad.
figured you would have some good logic behind your picks. And I like hearing other people's rationale.
Yeah.
Kind of not winners. You can only win. You can't really lose this,
Yeah.
which I like. Oh, the other part about Grant at third, it was kind of a Mars effect for me. when I figured that out. If you recall, when I had Mars and I figured out I want him at third. Grant, I got a similar feeling.
I didn't
settled
remember
into him
that.
at third base. Yeah, well, the diehards do.
That's not a shot at you. That's just
The diehards remember that.
there's not a ton in there.
Yeah.
To put Mars Effect in there. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean,
for me.
everybody remembers.
But now it might be in there because I repeated it a couple times.
I really love my my infield. Outfield can do or can or can. I like it, but around the horn, I'm just in love with it.
Part of me wanted to go old school team / like high school team and put the Adams up the middle, John Quincy and John Adams.
Little Barry Bonds.
I thought that might be
Bobby
fun.
Bonds
Little
situation.
shortstop, second base. They're both 5'7". Like,
It's cute.
that's if we did a President's high school baseball team. That's a
combo.
lot for me. Like you got the senior and the sophomore.
I don't think they were athletic at all.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
There's some actual athletes when you like Google this, like, I think Reagan athlete. There's some others, but they're I was bored by that. I was like,
Yeah, the only one I like because I knew HW played in college, was involved in baseball stuff. And W was as well.
I liked, Abe kind of tallest guy, so is pitcher, first base. That made sense. Size was a big factor in this. Thomas Jefferson was the 4th tallest. That's why I have him in right field with the cannon. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's kind of what I had.
Did I say Woodrow Wilson? I had Hoover as the commissioner because he's
that makes more sense because everyone hates
Woodrow
him.
Wilson.
Yeah.
I like.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Gotcha.
Makes more sense. Herbert Hoover. You knew it was one of the alliteration folk.
Yeah, I had alliteration guy. Yeah.
So, Calvin Coolidge is
Apologies,
maybe a
Woodrow Wilson, I liked.
proper closer. I like that. The setup man for him would obviously be Millard Fillmore. And he throws junk.
I thought, Millard Fillmore, I was like, what's he? I don't know. It's a great name. A lot of good names, presidential names. I wonder if it's a chicken and egg thing.
Right?
But also back then, I think if you needed a good name to get elected,
You're
in a
right.
way.
That's your marketing.
Yeah.
Millard Fillmore. Come on. What's your name?
Millard. Millard is on its own is terrible. Millard.
Supposed to go by Millie.
Mill.
Well,
Good job, everybody.
Good job, everyone.
Really good job. We got there. We'll put together some graphics. You guys let us know.
Huge.
It's a great job.